phone right now. This is retarded. It would
All
not.
right, guys. We're live. Yeah, we're live. Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is boy Rick Game 27, and welcome to the Real Nintendo. I'm sorry, Real Nintendo Gamers podcast. And we got a lot of stuff to get into today. And I want to first of all welcome Alex, Active Sin Gaming. This is your first time for joining my podcast, and I appreciate you. Go and introduce yourself, buddy.
Hey everyone, ActiveSyn here, and like Real Gamer said, this is my first time on the Real Gamer podcast, and I am interested to talk to all these new people that I've not met before.
I appreciate you, that man. And let's go with you, Mr. Derek.
Hey, my name's Derek, and this is probably my third podcast. And I'm excited to just talk about Xenoblade and all that stuff. Yeah.
All right. I sure appreciate you, man. I'm excited too, man. Just so much news that's just coming to us, man. Exciting news about Xenoblade. Let's go with you, Mr. KJ.
Hey yo, I'm KJ. I think this is like my third podcast, and I'm just excited to support Nintendo. Woo!
I really appreciate you, buddy. As I was gonna go with you, Nick. You've been supporting me just about this whole time. I appreciate you.
Yeah, it's Nick from St. Louis Entertainment. I lost count of times. Yeah, thanks for having me here.
I appreciate you, man. Let's go with you, Miss Z.
Hi, Sunita D from Lost Train of Thoughts, although my Google is all messed up right now, so you can't tell. Hi, welcome. I mean,
Hey.
So you want us to call you Sunita or call you Z?
whichever one's easier for you.
Okay. All right. Last but not least, let's go with you, Mr. Woodflow.
It's your Wolflow, if you don't already know. And my soul is ready for Bloodborne.
Oh, man.
Hold on. Hold up. Let me just check one thing. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good.
All right.
All right, guys. I sure appreciate all y'all for joining my podcast. And, we got some stuff to get into today. And, we got a lot of positive news, about the gaming world, about Nintendo and everything. But there are some negative news. And I want to get the negative side out the way first. And after we get through with the negatives, then we'll go to the positives. So we go end this podcast on a positive note. So let's go ahead and, start, talk about the current state with the Wii U, with their sales and everything. And they've been on the market for a little bit over 2 years now, and they hadn't even passed 10 million yet. And the way things are going, it seems like the Dreamcast is basically outselling the Wii U console. Because I believe the Dreamcast will. I think before they got discontinued, they was out for like maybe two. I'm not even gonna say 2.5 years. I'll say maybe 2 years and maybe 2 or 3 months or something like that. So basically where Nintendo is at. So it's not good as far as sales wise, the hardware sales. But if you want to go by the software, sales, like the Mario's, all those games and Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, they're killing them. They sold a lot of software. So that's how Nintendo make all their profits off the software. But if you want to talk about the hardware, it's just not good, and hopefully we could get some more games that's coming out, pretty soon. We are getting some games, but of course there's some games that don't appeal to other people. But Wada did came out and he did say there's going to be some unannounced games and everything, but we don't know what it is. But Mr. Active Sin, or I could just call you Alex, what do you think about the current state of the Wii U? Do you think they're going to turn things around and basically give us more software? Because honestly, if they give us a lot of software, I believe that the Wii U will come back. What do you think about the Wii U current state?
Personally, I feel that that's kind of the direction they have to go. Like Reggie kind of said, software sells hardware, and they have to live up to that at this point. They're pumping out one game per month, which is all right, but like you said, not every game appeals to every person, so they need to kind of increase their types of genres to bring in more gamers, because a lot of people may not like Kirby. Like myself, I'm getting the Kirby, but I have no interest in that Mario Donkey Kong Tipping Stars game. That, to me, doesn't look interesting. So for that month, I'm not getting anything, but you know what I mean? Like they have games, but there's not quite enough, and they need to expand a bit, and then that'll bring more people over to the Wii U for those must-have games. Because 2 years in, and they're at 9.2 million. The good part is they're they're making money now. They're not losing money. They actually had a good quarter, so they're on the right track. It's just they need to kind of buckle down and improve their genres.
Yeah, it's all about the genres, man. Of course, if you want to go back to the GameCube generation, they had plenty of genres, dude. And at first people said that Nintendo was gonna never outsell the GameCube, and whenever Mario Kart 8 came out, a lot of Wii U's fly off the shelves and everything, and people, said that it's gonna pass the GameCube, but after the holidays, it's just not looking too good. And speaking of genres, I was looking at the list of GameCube games and the list of genres. They had it all, dude. They had all of. They had all the Maddens. They had the NBA Lives. The golf games.
They had a lot of exclusive stuff.
Yeah. They had the Fight Night games. They had. They had a lot of stuff, dude. They had, of course, a lot of them were exclusives, and that's another thing I'm talking about. Why, Nintendo Wii U can't get a lot of exclusives, because they got the money to get them. They got the money. So what's the hold up here? It's just so many questions. A lot of I don't know, man. That's why why me and Dave came out and we expressed our opinions about Nintendo and their situation, and we was talking about we was tired of waiting and everything, because they do got some games that's coming out this year. They got, I believe, like 10 or 12 games or something like that. It's a lot better than we got the first 2 years, whatever. But like I said, not all games are that it don't appeal to everybody. There's only I think there's only one rated mature game that's coming out this year. That's Devil's Third.
Devil's Third.
But, like I said, like the age limit. I'm saying age limit. The average age on the Nintendo Wii U is 24, I believe, because they had a study about that, and the average age is 24. So I don't think a majority of us 24-year-olds are going to play Kirby. I'm just being honest. In Mario Party. So I'm just saying, if they're going to have like a rated E game, something like that, like it appeals to the younger crowd, whatever, then why not, give us a rated teen or rated mature game that come out the exact same month? That's basically what I'm getting.
That would be filled by third parties. Like Nintendo doesn't make mature games, and they're not going to change the kind of games that they make. They just have to branch out and get other people to make it for them.
Collaborate. That's what I'm saying. They're
never gonna make Mario like a first-person shooting game. That's not gonna happen.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome, man.
As awesome as that would be, Mario will always be in every unrated E game. That's just how it is.
Oh, I got you, man. There's just so many. Let's go with you, Derek. How do you feel about the current state of the Wii U, man?
Well, it's just bad right now. First of all, because I think what they did wrong at E3 2011, Nintendo didn't want the hardcore crowd when they knew what made the Wii successful was the casuals. That's where probably like 60% of the sales went from the casuals, And so they left the casuals and went to the hardcores, but the hardcores, they just don't want the Nintendo games, and so they left. They didn't want the Wii U. And I think what I know for sure, if it's not gonna sell well, is the end of April, when Xenoblade X comes out for Japan. If that doesn't sell 1 million like in a couple of weeks, then the Wii U is gonna fail. Then that's because Japanese, they love RPGs, and if Xenoblade X doesn't sell well in Japan, then that's gonna be a big letdown.
That is true, man. That's another thing. They don't market their system like Sony and Microsoft market their consoles. It's sad. They got the money to market just as much as Sony and Microsoft. I'm just being honest. I don't know why they don't do it.
Yeah, but, the Wii U is not a casual system. If you buy Wii U, you have to like Nintendo game. It's not gonna be getting Call of Duty. You're not gonna be getting Madden or FIFA or anything like that. You're gonna be getting Nintendo games. That's what. PS4 and Xbox One. People who buy PS4 and Xbox Ones don't. I would say most of them don't even buy it for the exclusives. They just buy it so they have a next-gen console.
They just buy it for their next Call of Duty and their next Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, like I don't get people who bought PS4 already and played Call of Duty when it was still on the PS3 and they can still have free online. Like that's a head scratcher.
Yeah. And it's the best-selling game on the PS4 by a huge margin.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Like you could have stayed with the PS3 and played for free, and they were like, no, I'll rather waste $50 a year to play online.
For a server that's always
and it's still bad. I heard PS4 servers are still bad.
That's not good. You pay all that money for online, just get hacked all the time, man. That sucks. But, let's go with you, Mr. KJ. What's your thoughts and opinions about the current state of Nintendo? You there, KJ?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I think. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's partly to blame on the fact that Nintendo didn't release their big exclusives the first year or so to get their installed consoles. And like in like the first 2 years, they let the window open for third parties to go on board, and then of course, look how that went.
Yep.
So I think, yeah, like during like 2012 and 2013, I think the biggest games we got were New Super Mario Brothers U, Pikmin 3, Super Luigi U, and I think at the latter half, and Super Mario 3D were at like 2013. I think that's all off the top of my head, but
They got.
that's
I
bad.
believe they had the Wonderful 101 at that time too. But we already know how that went.
Oh, I thought that was last year.
Last year. No, that was in 20. Hold on, let me see. That was in 2013, I believe. That came out like a month after Pikmin, I believe. Wonderful 101. You know, the reason why it failed and it's so badly because they sold it right alongside with Grand Theft Auto 5, which was a boneheaded thing to do. That was really dumb, Nintendo. And plus, they did not advertise the game. Yes, they sold it. I mean, they released it right alongside Grand Theft Auto 5. Really?
Yeah. Wonderful
They
101 is also not a casual game too. You know, you have to be a hardcore player to play that game. I tried the demo out, and it's kind of frustrating that game. You have to be hardcore player to play that game.
Yeah, it can get frustrating as a time. Yeah, that's kind of why that score of that game kind of. It had a decent score, like 70
Yeah, it was
something, but
decent. It was a frustrating because the controls and how it zooms out and you can lose your person and stuff. It was just, it kind of got annoying.
yeah, I understand about that. Oh, Mr. KJ, was you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What you was talking about?
Anyway, but anyway, I think that's partly to blame because Nintendo consoles sell Nintendo games, and like throughout the first few months of the Wii U and through like all of 2013, there was close to nothing. Like all the big stuff didn't come out through last year, and I think that's partly what killed the Wii U, or might have killed. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Are you finished with your topic, Mr. KJ?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with you, Mr. Nick. How do you feel about the current state of the Wii U?
Oh, I still think, lack of games is one problem, but their biggest other problem is just complete and utter lack of advertising.
What's the head?
It's just not there. Like, no TV commercials or anything. I don't know what they're relying on to get word out there, but whatever it is, it's not working.
I believe they're trying to have the Wii name to sell it. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, that didn't work, so it's time for some commercial time or something like that. I mean, I did actually see an advertisement. I was actually smashed like a couple of months ago, but still.
Yeah, I think the only time they advertise their games, they have to be like a big blockbuster game like Smash Brothers, Mario Kart 8, The Legend of Zelda. That's when you can see a lot of commercials. I'm just being honest.
Out there. Like, look, game's ready. Come buy it. You'll love it. Get it out there. Advertise what you got. I mean, they have enough going on right now. They can advertise Smash Brothers and the whole Amiibo thing with it, but they're just not doing it, and that's what's really frustrating about it. And they're sitting there trying to figure out how come like this is not being sold. It's like most people don't even know it exists yet. Still.
Yeah, the only way if you know those type of games exist, you gotta basically be hardcore gamers like us. Like we be on YouTube, we read articles all the time. We knows about that,
Yeah.
but tens of millions of people around the world don't know. They don't know. So if you don't get the word out, then nobody ain't gonna buy shit. I'm just being honest. They're not gonna buy
Yeah,
it.
like, if you win the casual market, you win the year for gaming. If you win the casuals, and Nintendo didn't win the casuals this year or this generation.
And I see PS4 commercials all over the place, and they're at like almost 20 million sales. So don't tell me advertising doesn't work.
No, PS4. I think it's cool.
They need to change it up. They need to change their game plan up because it's not working. And It's been a little frustrating. I love Nintendo. I'm a huge fan of Nintendo. I hate their business practices with all my heart, man. I hate it so badly with the region lock. It's just so many questionable things about it. It's just, oh my God. But if it wasn't for their games, man, I would have said, man, fuck y'all. But I just love their games. I'm just being honest. But yeah, go ahead, Nick. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's pretty much it. Like I said, because people know PS4 and Xbox One, they're advertising. Even though I haven't really seen Xbox One commercial all, but I see PS4 like all over the place.
Oh, I see Xbox One commercials all the time, man.
They really don't have PS4 has no games to advertise right now, but they're still getting out.
know.
Come on. People are buying it anyway because they know it exists.
Yep.
Yeah, people buy systems for games that are going to come though too. They think ahead.
Oh, okay. Are you finished with your topic, Mr. Nick, or are you still going? All right, let's go. Let's go with you, Miss Z, or your other name.
No, I actually agree with KJ. I think that if they put out some of their bigger titles, it would have helped to boost sales. Because right now, that's what I'm worried about. We're supposed to be getting Zelda this year, which is the last, giant thing Nintendo has to bank on, and I'm actually kind of worried because a lot of people just want the Wii U for Zelda, and I guess if that came out first, we would have more sales on the Wii U, and then we would just literally have to worry about marketing. I think every time I go into GameStop, I see these posters just like, we have Xbox and PlayStation 4. I'm like, you also have the Wii U. Where's that at? It's not just Nintendo's marketing, it's everybody's marketing. It's just no one's talking about it. And if they do, it's just filled with negativity. And
I went to Walmart to look for Monster Hunter, and I saw about 16 games. I saw actually 16 games for Wii U total, and 40 on each other system. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They're not advertising. You can't find them. That's the problem. They're not there.
Yeah, it's also the lack of representation. It's just no one's buying these games. Well, because they're not being shown. You got to shove it in people's faces. It's only hardcore gamers, like Pro Gamer said, are going to look up the games and buy them. So, marketing obviously does help. I don't see any commercials for PS4 games, but I see commercials for PS4.
Exactly.
That is true.
People are
you still going, Mrs. Z?
No, that's it.
All right. What about you, Mr. Wolf Lawson? Like you eager to say something?
Oh, I'm eager to say a lot, man. This is the first time I drank in a while, but Reggie,
Yeah.
Reggie. What I'm thinking is I'm gonna just give it to you raw, right? Out the gate, casual market, fuck the casual. That's gonna get your system fucking ahead. That's gonna get a reputation. But I hate that shit. That's the problem with fucking YouTube. It's all fucking casual. It's all casuals everywhere. And I'm a fucking gamer, man. That's how it is. I'm just gonna tell it to you raw. And I don't fucking put all this effort into these interviews and shit like that. That's not my thing at all, man. I'm not into that. I'm into games, actual games. If I want to dance, I'll go club. That's not my thing. I'm just saying how it is. But here's the thing, that's what's up. You feel for that market.
Hey, you kind of breaking up, Wolf Low. Kind of breaking up.
Yeah, I'm talking too fast. Okay. Here's how it is. Okay. PS4 and PC, they're for the whole resolution thing. I, for one, really don't care about graphics. I play old school games, but I still appreciate good graphics, and I know that is what this generation wants. They want to see next gen. That's why they bought next gen. That's what they're looking for. You ever notice how much people care about frame rates, all this shit that never ever mattered before? That's what people want. And that's what PS4 sold. Relevant. Wii U? What the hell is a Wii U? Is that a Wii? That's what people are saying. They don't even know what it is. That's the problem. They just did not come out. They did not come out this gen. They need to start going up right now. Like I don't know how they're gonna do it. Maybe a new console. I don't know. Crazy. But personally, I love the Wii U. I really do, because it appeals to me personally, but it doesn't appeal to a lot of other people. That's the problem. That's all I got, man.
Oh, okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, man, personally, I love the Wii U too, but yeah, it wouldn't hurt if we can get PS4 type of graphics, man, get the Xbox Live type of, online infrastructure, give us a DVD player, man. God dang, give us a DVD player. It wouldn't hurt to get that, man. Excuse me. But yeah, I just felt that, if us as, Nintendo fans, if we would have had a nice size of us, just a lot of us voicing our opinions or voicing our frustrations out towards Nintendo during the Wii generation, be like, look, man, next generation, we need to be on par with Xbox and PlayStation 4. We don't need to be another generation behind. If you look at the graphics, it's sort of like a generation behind. It's like in between. If you look at the basic resolution, all that, it's like in between. And the online infrastructure, a lot of people say it's free. Yes, it's free online, but it's not up to par with the Xbox Live and the PSN. Even though the PSN get hacked all the goddamn time, but it's still better than the Nintendo Network. I'm just being honest.
It goes down.
I would hope so. You're paying for it. It better be better.
Yeah. That's basically what I'm saying. Basically whenever the next generation happens, honestly, I think Nintendo should wait. Don't come out with a next gen system first. They need to wait and see what the competitors is doing before they act. That's basically what I'm coming from. They need to wait and sit this one out. If they gotta come out a year later, whenever PS5 comes, that's whatever. They need to make sure that they prepared this time. Because it's like every generation they always want to be different from Xbox, be different from PlayStation, and they always bite them in the ass.
I love different. Different is great. It's just you have to make some compromises. You got to get with the time.
Yeah, they just need to implement certain things, like improving their online, having voice chat, having notifications. Like, they don't need to make an identical box to the Xbox, because why would you want 3 consoles that are exactly the same?
Yes, that's true.
It doesn't make sense.
That is true. Of course, they gotta have their exclusives and everything. That is true, man. All I'm just asking for, just be on par with the online voice chat. Have some kind of achievement trophies. Just something. Just get with the
they need to update the online side, because they're obviously far behind when it comes to their online experience. That's anyone who says otherwise, they're lying to you, because they're way behind.
Go ahead. Yeah, they are. That's why they get a lot of flack. That's why they always getting. That's why everybody always, joking about Nintendo. They trolling Nintendo fans, calling us, retards, whatever. It's a lot of stuff going on.
I'm not interested in that. But when you're actually playing a game online, it's fine. Like, there's not many issues with that. It's just the little things, like not being able to talk to each other. That is so frustrating.
Hey, look, it is frustrating because the original Xbox. The original Xbox, you get to talk to people online. That was back in 2001? Or 2002?
2002.
Dude, that was 13 years ago, and Nintendo is still behind. Like, that's frustrating. That is frustrating. And another thing is frustrating. They got all that money, but, why is the GameCube library is a lot larger than the Wii U? And plus, the Wii U console costs us way more than the GameCube. I'm just being honest, and the Wii U console has a lot lesser games. That doesn't make sense. And I got some games I want to I wrote these down, like the games that the GameCube had. Like, okay, I'm gonna start because there's a lot of them. They had also baseball. They had Batman Begins, Crash Tag Team Racing, Crash Bandicoot. They had a FIFA, you had FIFA Soccer, Fight Night, GoldenEye, Rogue Agent, Hitman 2, James Bond, Agent Under Fire, they have Nightfire, Knockout King, The Legend of Spyro. They got all the Madden games. They had the Medal of Honor, Raising Sun, Metal Gear Solid, Mortal Kombat, MVP Baseball, NBA Live, they had a lot of Need for Speed games. Fantasy Star Online. They got, they had a lot of Resident Evil games, another Spyro game, Ghost Recon 1 and 2, WWE. They got a lot of the WWE games, Dragon Ball Z, Budokai 1 and 2, Capcom vs. SNK, Tomb Raider Legend, it was Splinter Cell Double Agent, Rainbow Six Siege. Dude, they had a lot of games from different genres. Why we can't get it on the Wii U? That doesn't make sense. Doesn't even make sense. The Wii U costs a lot more than the GameCube, and the GameCube library is a lot larger.
Well,
and people still want to defend that. Does anybody have
I can
anything?
give you a general idea of why. Like, it costs like at least tenfold more to create games now than it did in the GameCube time, and they're not seeing that money coming back to the developers because the Wii U fan base doesn't buy anything outside of Nintendo games. So a lot of third parties don't want to bring games to the Wii U because it costs so much more now to make games, and they're losing money. So when you're listing all these games on the GameCube, yeah, that's great, but at that time it cost a lot less to make games.
Yes, that's understandable. But I ain't talking about multiplayer. I'm really talking about collaborations and make exclusives. I bet you $5 if a lot of those games I named was exclusive to the Wii U, I bet you it will sell really well.
Oh yeah, well it's already been proven on the Wii U if it's exclusive, it's gonna outsell a multiplat. That's pretty clear. Like even the top end multiplats like Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty, they can barely crack 200,000. Bayonetta cracked 600,000. Hyrule Warriors has passed 1 million. It looks like Wii U people like to buy exclusive games.
Bayonetta, they have the right idea, man. They gotta keep going with that shit. Keep that ball going.
So what if Activision came out with a Call of Duty game exclusive for the Wii U? I bet you that thing would sell like hotcakes.
Yeah, absolutely, it would. People can bash on Call of Duty all day, but if they had an exclusive one on the Wii U, you bet your ass people would buy it.
Yeah, I bet you would. That's what I'm saying. That's Nintendo. They need to step up and spit us out games that we actually want. Don't get me wrong. Like a lot of the games that's coming out this year, I'm very hyped for. But some of them, I don't care. That's why they should come in and give us at least another. I just say maybe 2 games a month. That's not even much to ask for. It's 2 games a month. I know they're a smaller company than Ubisoft and all that, but they should have been prepared for this a long time ago. Ever since whenever they first dropped that price of the Wii U, when they first dropped that price, that was like a few months after they came out. They saw how struggling, how bad they was doing, so they dropped the price. And whenever they noticed that third party was basically they had basically abandoned them, they should have basically started. They should have started, just give us some kind of announcement. Just do something to make us hype for the damn system. It's just been they've been so much on the hush. They like to be secretive and everything. That's why a lot of people just don't even care no more, man. That's basically it.
On the other side of the coin, if they've been picking people up and people are running out and buying the Wii U and they don't have the software to back it up, that's more backlash than what they're getting now.
Yeah, like with that.
Remind me adding if I add something. I think the reason why Nintendo doesn't bring out a lot of games because even though it's like every Nintendo game that's ever like the released for the Wii U, they barely have any glitches or anything. And we've seen with a lot of games now with Xbox One and PS4, they're glitch fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that's why they don't come out. Maybe they test it. They want to make sure everything's perfect.
Like the only exception is Sonic Boom.
Well, Sonic Boom, that was Nintendo. That was
Big Red or whatever.
One time, like Nintendo games, they make sure everything's perfect.
Anything broken. They only make like 1 game a month, so.
I think the only most broken thing. Super Smash Bros. When the Peach Online, we use her turn up and you get banned. That was the biggest thing.
Yeah, that was fixed right away.
That was fixed, and and like that's why they released the little games because they had to make sure the game's perfect. Because imagine if you bought Super Smash Bros. And you kept on glitching around, would you be mad if that happened?
Yeah, let's take UFC for example. Let's say if our guys are flying around the ring like in UFC game, people would be freaking out.
Okay.
Definitely was.
I think.
All right. Before we move on to the next subject, is there anybody else want to say something before we head to the next subject?
Can you hear me?
Kind of.
I can hear you now.
You guys made a great point there. I think that is very relevant. I would just like to add, though, that not all games are broken. There are a lot of games that work.
And not all, most.
Yeah.
Companies
are broken.
Certain companies like Ubisoft.
Oh, scumbag Ubisoft? Yeah, they don't make full games anymore.
Yeah, Ubisoft.
Not all Ubisoft games.
Did you guys see that shit where Yves Guillemot came out and said that so far in 2015 we haven't pissed off anyone?
Oh my God! No, I don't even want to look
That
at
guy's a fucking idiot.
that. All right, guys. I guess it's gonna move to the next subject.
Ooh,
You know, it's been. Go ahead.
can I have one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
I really don't care if they don't give us the Wii U doesn't give us the games that the others are getting. Just give us more game. Just give us more type of games than what we're getting. Like an RPG like Persona would be nice.
Rage. Yeah,
Nice.
think about it this way: second best. Second can always be like really good, man. Like not being first can actually be to your benefit because you're not paying the premium, and then all the other people from all the other systems are using you as a secondary. You're still relevant to those people, but you gotta stay relevant.
Are you talking on your phone? Because it's like you keep cutting off.
Yeah, this is bullshit, man.
Okay. Okay, before we head out to the next subject, do y'all have anything to say, Mr. Nick or Z? Y'all have anything?
I don't know if you saw my video, but I already made mentions of that. I'm like, if we're not going to get the third-party flats, I would love for Nintendo to bring out some content that could match it. Like Nintendo's own version of Destiny, Nintendo's own version of Call of Duty. Keep it mature. I know Nintendo doesn't make mature games, but they need to. It's like if third parties aren't coming to you, ignore them, make your own thing to cater to a variety of your gamers. Keep your family-friendly focus, but remember you have other gamers who play on your consoles as well that are adult and that can handle this. You know, you want to keep relevance. I'm not saying be another PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One. I don't want that. I don't need, like they said, I don't need the same consoles in my household. But at the very least, you need to keep up with the library.
That island for Wii would be limited.
I got you. What about you, Mr. Nick? You got anything on Mr. Nick?
I know.
Are you there, Mr. Nick? Oh, you cut off? Okay. All right, I guess let's go ahead and move on to the... Are you there?
No, just basically just make more damn commercials.
Yeah, advertise. Yeah, that's basically solves everything. Advertise your goddamn games, you get more consoles sold here. But I guess I'll move on to the next subject. I want to talk about Iwata came out the other day, and he basically said there are plenty of unannounced games that's coming out. And I don't know if I want to get hyped about that, or I don't know if he's just saying that just to give us some kind of hope, or whatever. But you know, if it is true, we're getting a lot of unannounced games, then I would like for it to be something similar to what third parties is giving Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Like, we need games out the ass. We need games for different genres. We just need games, period. Bring back Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. Just give us something. Just give us something, man. Give us something that's not Nintendo related. Give us some third party games. Go in the past again and get something. Get something that hadn't been used a long time, or bring back Eternal Darkness. Give us remastered games, or remaster freaking Luigi's Mansion. Give us something, god damn it. But he basically said there's a lot of unannounced games, and I want to get y'all thoughts and opinions about what do you want to see on unannounced games, and are you hyped that he said that, or whatever. I don't even know what to think about that, but at least I can say at least we get some more games. At least it's gonna be on 2016. At least they're not gonna have a console in 2016 because this is there's a lot of unannounced games. Then apparently it's gonna be in 2016. I'm just being honest. But Mr. Alex, what do you think about that statement? He says a lot of unannounced games is coming out for the Wii U. And if it is, then what do you would like to see?
I think mostly it'll be third-party collaborations, which is why they're not really allowed to talk about what's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were talking about Resident Evil for a second. I think, well, this would make sense anyways, that the reason we're not getting any of the new Resident Evil games is maybe Nintendo has partnered with Capcom to bring back Eternal Darkness, because they just renewed the license for that name. And they're talking about making third-party games together with people, and they didn't get Resident Evil, so something like that would make sense.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, you heard it here first. It's coming. And, they're probably making Metroid. That's an F-Zero. That's probably for sure. But I think for the most part it's going to be collaboration games, which is good because we need a different type of variety than Nintendo's games only. Because not everyone likes Nintendo's games.
Hey, you right now, everybody. You know, I'm a huge Nintendo fan, but over half the games I don't really care about. You know, but I'm starving for a Metroid game, and I don't know what the fuck's going on. They need to give us a Metroid. What the fuck, man? We just got the trilogy on our Wii U. You know,
Yeah, that
but
was
it's
awesome.
basically a Wii game. Yeah, it is awesome, but give us an HD Metroid. Give us something that we want. You know, that's another thing that bothers me, man.
Well, they
But,
need
y'all
to
go
space it
ahead.
out because we are getting Star Fox and Zelda. Probably Metroid would be the big game for next year. I seriously doubt they would have Metroid and Zelda and Star Fox all in the same year.
Yeah, that is true, but you know, if they, I know you said that, you know, Ubisoft, you know, EA, yes, they got a lot more employees, but that's part of why they can't have, you know, like a Metroid or Star Fox game every year. But then again, I think they can. Yes, they can do it every year. Nintendo has been out way longer than them. I don't see what's their excuse, to be honest. That's just
They
my
can
opinion. I don't see
probably
what's their excuse.
really release games, but they wouldn't for the quality we're used to, and that would be a huge problem.
The same games released every year, man. Trust
Yeah, I really wouldn't be on board for that. Yeah, but those Mario games are different. Let's not pretend like it's the same Mario every year. It's completely different.
Okay, okay. You finished with your topic, Mr. Alex?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Derek? You know, how do you feel like, you know, with the unannounced games? What do you want to see in unannounced games? Do you think there are collaborations with third-party companies? If it is, then what do you like to see?
Well, first, I think we shouldn't hype it up. I think we should keep our expectations low, so in case it is bad, we don't get disappointed. You know. And what would I like to see? Well, I'm personally a huge Pokemon fan, and I have not liked any Pokemon console, like home console game, after the N64. So hopefully they're making a new Pokemon home console game, because after N64, all of them to me were crap. You know, I didn't like any of them. And with third party, yes, I would love Nintendo if they lent like some of their main IPs to third parties, like use them for your own creation and bring it to our system, and you know, let's see if it sells or not. I would like to see that.
Okay, I got you.
Yo.
What about you, Mr. KJ?
Basically, yeah, what Derek said, like more collaborations. Like, I would love to see, like, Shin Megami Tensei Crossfire will do it, Nintendo. Like, that's one. I'm gonna keep going on that till they do it. They're probably never gonna do it, but still. And also on what you guys said about Nintendo games you like to see, I doubt they're gonna do this, but I would love to see a Kid Icarus game on the Wii U.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
They could even get away with just porting the 3DS version and fixing the controls.
Yeah, that would work too. Like, and like you guys said, Metroid, of course, and I'm really excited after I heard the news about Paper Mario, because I love the Paper Mario series.
It's just a rumor.
Yeah, I know, but
That's all you got?
yeah, pretty much.
All right. What about you, Mr. Nick?
I'm just getting sick to death of these secret announcements that Nintendo keeps making. It's like you're sitting there struggling to get your system out there and get games on there, and it's like, you got games coming, but we're not going to tell you. It's like, just stop it. How else are you going to get people to be excited for your system if they don't know what's coming to it? With the whole, oh yeah, there's something coming, maybe. You don't know yet. I'll tell you later. It's like, just put something out there. Oh, God. Really, when I heard about that, I'm like, oh, here we go again with this whole Nintendo secretive bullshit. I mean, I get you don't want to release a lot of details, but just drop some names. Is it that hard? You just stop naming a company or a game that you're working on. What's so bad about that? Like, they can't say, oh, we're working with Capcom with this game. We can't tell you what game it is yet, but hey, look, we're working at third party. I'd be okay with that.
Well, they did that with Project Treasure. That came out of nowhere.
I must have missed
I always saw on Project Treasure was some damn chins. That's the only thing we got.
I know,
What the
but
hell?
like we just finished saying like they just said anything it'd be fine, and they showed a trailer. So it's not like they don't say anything.
I mean, just, for those of us who already have Wii U, we're like, okay, fine, we'll wait for your announcement. But for those still on the fence or outright just don't care, something to reel them in. Like, hey, look at this game, and then, like, maybe that'll convince somebody, hey, that game looks pretty good. I'm only going on the Wii U. Oh, I better start saving my money or wait for the game to come out to buy a Wii U.
Dude, I'll be the first to admit, Sony totally fucking.
Get holders out, something to look forward to.
Sony told us about games that weren't coming out for like 3 years. They pulled that shit.
Games that won't come out to like 2017 on PS.
Yeah, like Street Fighter. That's not coming up till like 2018.
But hey, it worked.
Final Fantasy 15 probably won't be out till like 2019. The way it's squared.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy 15 is like going to be a myth soon enough.
The power of words, man.
Yeah, that's basically it. Just tell them. Everybody knows when they announce Final Fantasy, it's not going to come out anytime soon, but we'll get here.
See, I know. I bought a fucking PS4 because I know The Last of Us 2 and a bunch of other games. A ton of JRPGs, but the general public doesn't have a clue about that. They don't think ahead.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Are you still going, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, I think that's it. Basically, it can't be. I get their secretiveness, but they need to stop being so secretive. Just something.
Yeah.
A
I just think in their current form, they don't need to be secretive no more because a lot of people are getting very impatient because they need more games. Yes. It feels
They
like the
just need to
first,
give
maybe
people
second.
the idea that there is a lot of stuff coming and that they don't need to worry
Yes.
about it. Which is they've done a really poor job at that.
You know what?
If they just hint us something.
People need to talk more games to talk about playing, even though they don't actually play them.
Yeah.
Probably not. All right, what about you, Miss Z? Well, how do you feel about it? Are you there?
Sorry, 1 second.
She's beating a boss.
All right, let's go with you, Mr. Wolflow. I guess gonna do yours. I'm gonna go back to her.
Oh, when you mentioned Pokemon, I was like, whoa, shit, dude, Pokemon on a console? Has they even had any of those on a console? I didn't even realize that. I'd love to play a fucking Pokemon on the Wii U.
Oh, they're talking about because
I'd love to see more collabos like Bayonetta 2. Like, dude, that's why I love having Nintendo around because they saved Bayonetta. I love Bayonetta 1.
Yeah, Sony and Microsoft didn't give a shit. They both passed on it.
God of War, and nobody gave a fuck about Bayonetta. That was one of my favorite games. I love that game.
alright.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I love that. Then they come along and like basically revive the franchise. Like, I'd love to see them do that with more games.
I can select one of your things.
Secret of Mana.
Target one spell or trap your opponent controls. This.
That's all I got.
You still there, Wolflow?
Yeah. So revive,
Like,
Chrono Trigger, and Secret of Mana. That's all I got.
Oh, okay. Oh, let's go with you, Miss Z. Are you back with us?
Yeah, sorry about that. Check the refrigerator for food. Shopping.
Yeah.
What's the question again?
Just give us your thoughts and opinions about Iwata came out the other day, said there are some unannounced games in develop, and are you eager to know what it is? Are you sick and tired of the waiting game, or do you do you want to know, like, if they give us hints on what the game is, just give us a name or something, like, are you fine of Nintendo keep being secretive about their stuff, or are you okay with what's going on right now?
Yeah, I'm okay with the mystery of it. I am kind of hoping that these games are big and that they focus more on advertising these because this year we're getting the last top title from Nintendo. That's Zelda U. It's not supposed to be pushed back until 2016. It's supposed to come out this year. And if that's the case, then I feel like to keep up with the Wii U is dead, then we need to have just as many great titles coming out as Zelda U. So I'm kind of hoping maybe it's a Metroid game, and maybe they're doing a collaboration with Capcom to bring us a Mega Man game. Just, hopefully they're keeping their ears to the ground and listening to what their fans want to play. And if that's the case, then I'm okay with the mystery. Because I feel like that actually intensifies people's curiosity to keep them interested enough. It's just like, well, what are they coming out with? Well, what is it? And then hopefully when they come out with it, it comes out with a big bang. And everyone gets all hype about it.
I got you. Yeah, I understand exactly what you're talking about. Like, keep people hyped, keep people, just eager what's going, out on the system. But everybody got their own thoughts and opinions. It's just my opinion. I just think they shouldn't be so secretive because at this point in time, like a lot of people are just not buying the system because it's not enough games on there, and plus the system is $300 with limited games and basically no third-party support, period. So, I just think they just not in that current state. They just not in that form to be secret no more. They should be pushing out games. They should be pushing. If they ain't pushing out games, just let us know something. Be like, okay, to keep y'all interested in buying the Wii U. Okay, we're gonna give y'all this. We're gonna give y'all that. We're gonna give you this. Just give us some hints. To be like, okay, we're gonna give y'all, maybe 10, 15 games. We're gonna make sure that y'all gonna keep y'all Wii U's, out the closet. We're gonna get y'all, keep y'all interested in our system. So we wanna, continue. We want y'all to keep supporting us. So, just to, keep y'all updated. We still gonna support the system. We still gonna give y'all a lot of games. Just keep y'all, just letting y'all know. That's just how I'm feeling because, with the games coming out pretty soon, it doesn't appeal to me. Kirby, Mario Party 8 doesn't appeal to me. Next thing I'm gonna buy in May, that's Splatoon. So that's a few months down the line. I got an Xbox One, so I could, buy other games, Dying Light. That's the next game I'm going to buy. It's other games that I'm going to buy on my Xbox One. I'm about to play a PS4 pretty soon. So it's other games that I'm more interested in on the next console, but there's just nothing on the Wii U that interests me right now. So, since you said that you like Kirby and you going to buy Mario Party 8, so you are pretty much busy because those games right there appeal to you, and you love Splatoon. And you told me on my last podcast that you love Splatoon, so you are pretty much busy. So that's why you say you can wait. You can sit and wait because you are pretty much busy for a while. But people like me, no, I'm not busy because those games I'm not gonna buy. I'm not gonna play it. Yeah. But that's why I said they need more genres. They need a variety of games. They need to do something to keep us hyped. With all this weight in the third year. Go ahead.
I said they need to bring over Fatal Frame.
Yeah.
Man, don't even. I'm just getting so pissed off about that. I don't know. That Ranger Lock shit just really pissed me the fuck off. Like, seriously, man.
At first, it did not bother me, but then I keep seeing trailers for Fatal Frame, and I just really want to play it. Now I'm kind of pissed about it. It's like, look, if you're not going to bring it over here, at least let me buy it from Japan and play it.
With the gamepad. Oh.
All right, before we move on to the next subject, anybody else want to say something about it? You want to say something, Alex? Derek, anybody? Got a little final thoughts about it?
I don't know, I'm okay.
Okay, anybody else? All right, I want to talk about this. Xenoblade. I am so freaking hyped for this game. Oh my god. Dude, Xenoblade Chronicles X, they came out and said it has 300 plus hours of gameplay. They said that the game might not even be bigger. They said that they might have to put it on 2 discs because that's just how much storage that this game holds.
Yeah, it almost reached 2 discs, but luckily they fit it onto 1.
Yeah, because each Wii U disc carries 25 gigs.
Yeah.
And basically they might have to put it on the 2nd disc. And if you play nobody on eShop, you shit out of luck. Yeah. You're gonna have to get external hard drive because it's just so much, man. God dang it, $300. Wow, that's not $300. 300 hours of gameplay. Oh my gosh. And plus, what's that?
This game will be the Wii U's GTA 5.
I hope so.
GTA 5 map, and it's an RPG. That's fun.
No, I mean in terms of time spent, like in terms of how much there is to do, like that.
but it's actually larger map than GTA 5, and it's an RPG.
That's insane.
Yeah, they basically said they're gonna have some famous voice actors for the game. You get to
Yeah.
make your character. You know, you could customize a character, whatever race, whatever. You can. That's I love that. If you can correct your character the way you want it, then I'm fine with it. I love stuff like that. You know, they say on the gamepad, it shows the character locations. You know, and also you get the warp to the previous area that you have
that was
visited.
good.
So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Implementing of the gamepad. I love that. I love that. And plus, it's something that I'm kind of scratching my head on. It said the online, it has online functionality, not standard online game, more loosely connected. I'm still trying to understand what does that mean. I don't understand exactly what that means. Does anybody know exactly what that means when it said loosely connected? What about you, Ash?
Well, you
What do
remember
you think they're talking
in
about?
Wind Waker when you could leave messages in bottles for other people to read? It might be something
Uh-huh.
along those lines.
Oh man, I don't like. Yeah, that's okay, but
Yeah,
I need
if
co-op.
it's something
man.
like that, I wouldn't. Well, it's clearly not co-op. Otherwise, they would have said it's co-op.
Yeah, that's a shame right there because if that was co-op, man, I swear that would have been perfect. But
That's kind of
Three-
like my issue with the game. I'm not interested in playing 300 hours by myself. I'm just being honest. Like, I would rather be playing with friends doing that kind of stuff.
I am interested big time, but I would rather have co-op. That would be sweet. I love.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why we said Nintendo has to catch up on these days' times, man, because everybody has online co-op these days, and we still fail to get it. But am I going to buy Xenoblade? Hell yeah, I'm going to buy Xenoblade because it's badass. The game looks badass, and I
Yeah, the
love
game is
every aspect about the
gorgeous.
game. Yeah, it is gorgeous, man.
Gamers don't have friends in real life anymore.
Yeah, it is true.
It's true.
But Mr. Alex, you tell me, give me your thoughts and opinions about the Xenoblade Chronicles X game as a whole. Are you excited about it?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not the hugest RPG guy, but this game looks incredible to me. Like the open world aspect, all the different backgrounds, all the sceneries, all the monsters. It looks like it's pretty crazy. I like the Mech Warrior. Yeah, and 300 hours just is crazy to me. That's insane. I like how big the world is, so I'm pretty excited. Yeah, I'll be getting it as well. Nothing really bad about it other than the co-op thing. I guess that's kind of a letdown.
Yeah, that is let down. I'm trying not to be mad because it's just the game. Just to look at this game is so beautiful. How
Yeah,
can you get mad at a
it's
beautiful looking
absolutely
game like
beautiful. It's breathtaking. Other than the character models, but everything else is good.
that?
Most character models are
yeah,
looking pretty funky.
Just be honest, they look garbage. Just be honest, man.
I'm used to like PS3 games that look like PS2 games, like JRPGs and shit. So this is an upgrade for me.
Just hopefully they can make a few adjustments before the game come out. Maybe
Like,
they might
the
polish the
character
characters.
models. It's not a big deal because like when you look at how amazing the world looks and everything you interact with, how much better that looks. Like the character models, you're looking at the back of their heads most of the time anyway, so it's not a huge deal.
Nope.
Yeah, it's not a huge. I don't really care about that. That where this. If you look at it, that world looks kind of like a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One world. I'm just being honest. It looks next gen to me.
It
A lot
looks
of people.
better than anything that's available, honestly, considering how big it is.
Yeah, it looks like a PlayStation 4 game. And somebody might somebody might be like, "Are you crazy as hell for saying that shit?" They might say that, but I'm just looking at the look at that game. It looks really gorgeous. It looks next gen. I'm just being honest. This game is going to showcase the power of the Wii U. I'm just being honest, and I just can't wait. I'm still pissed off because Nintendo keep teasing us about this game for years, and we just had this past direct. And they still had not gave us a release date. They still saying 2015.
I imagine it'll be either June or July because they need to keep a huge gap from Zelda.
Oh yes, they do. They do because that's gonna be a big blockbuster hit. Games like Xenoblade, Zelda. I'm not sure about Star Fox because it's been gone for a long time. Mario Maker Show is gonna be a blockbuster hit. Splatoon
Yeah, I
is gonna
think
be a sleeper.
Mario Maker is probably going to be the sleeper hit of the year.
This could be either that or Splatoon because Splatoon. I'm digging me some Splatoon, dude. That game
But
is
there's a lot of
absolutely.
hype behind Splatoon. That's the difference. Like Mario Maker's just kind of not many people are talking about it, but I think like everyone's gonna buy it though, because like who the hell doesn't want to make their own Mario game?
Oh man, shit, I love Mario. I've been playing that since the NES, man. I would love
Yeah.
going to get that game. Yeah, yeah. But are you still on your topic, Mr. Alex? Before I
Oh
hand
no,
over
we
to
can go to the
Mr.
next
Derek.
person.
All right. What about you, Mr. Derek?
I forgot
How you feel about Xenoblade?
I don't know if my body is ready yet for that game, man. That game is just that game just looks stupid, you know. And I watched your video, P Nintendo's and Bear Huggers video. When I heard 300 plus hours, I was like, oh my god, that's insane.
Oh.
Just and that doesn't include just like free roaming around either, because you're gonna get lost in the world. That's like the missions you're doing, 300 plus hours. And oh man, and I think it's probably is gonna come out in June or July because it's coming out April for Japan. And I watched a video last week on IGN. They said they started
Yeah, they're just doing the translating at this point.
they started it, and I'm kind of it's gonna be awesome. I just cannot wait. And I don't know, it's gonna take like your whole life away right there. That game, 300 hours. Oh,
I grabbed one full hour.
time, not that big of a deal really. I thought like if the game was like maybe 100 hours long, it would be a big deal. But when it said 300 hours long, I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense for not having like online, playing with people. So like it's kind of okay, I guess.
Okay, okay. What are you finished, Mr. Derek?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. What about you, Miss KJ? How you feel about Xenoblade? Are you excited?
I'm really feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, I cannot wait for Xenoblade Chronicles X. It is going to be huge, and it's. I don't really know what else to say that everyone else haven't said already. I'm really excited for it. My body is ready for that game. It's not just ready, it's Reggie.
Reggie, huh? Are you there, Mr. KJ? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, okay.
You hear me now? Good.
All right. Are you still going, Mr. KJ?
Nah.
All right. What about you, Mr. Nick? Are you do you like Xenoblade? I'm not sure if you are into Xenoblade. How do you feel about Xenoblade?
Well, like I mentioned before, once that game comes out, I'm probably going to disappear for a while.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering about that 300 hours. How much of that is taking into effect side quests and cutscenes? I don't know if in some games, at least RPGs, when they add the time, it's also during cutscenes.
Yeah, nothing but monsters in my hand.
I don't know if they're gonna leave those out when it comes to I think overall hours when they say 300, it includes cutscenes as well, like the cinematic scenes, stuff like it can have short scenes, you can have lengthy scenes. It's probably gonna affect the overall time limit of the game. And also 300 hours if you know how to do it 100%.
Yeah.
Are you there, Mr. Nick?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's that man out of noise in the background? Is that you, Z, man out of noise?
That's my bad. Sorry.
Oh, okay. What about you, Miss Z? How do you feel about Xenoblade?
Oh my gosh! I'm so excited for it. Yeah. See, I have Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii, and I enjoy the characters on that so much. So the whole 300 hours thing didn't bother me because I prefer to play by myself. But even then, I have constant get-togethers with my friends, and we just play games all the time. So the issue of online has never really affected me. But I'm more excited about customizing my character. I'm like, this is great. This could be a stepping stone for Nintendo on having more options in your game rather than just playing the same characters. A lot of people love customization now. Grand Theft Auto 5 is the biggest thing is online, and online you get to be yourself. And Dragon Age and Mass Effect.
Pokemon Border.
Pokemon helps. Pokemon choices. People like choices. And they're
Yes.
Online is an afterthought.
Hmm?
Dragon Age Online is an afterthought.
No, I meant like Dragon Age in general. You can customize your characters. Yeah, I don't play Dragon Age Online. I heard it's a lot of level grinding unless you want to pay money, and I'm not okay with that.
All right, Miss Z, is that all you got on it? All right, Mr. Woodflow, how do you feel about Xenoblade? Are you excited like everybody else?
Okay, yeah, it's one of my most anticipated RPGs on my list. It's probably, I made a video, but it's probably a bit higher than where I put it. It's hard to make those videos, man. But what was I thinking? I would be honest with you, I never even played the first one, and I wish I could have, but I can't find a damn copy of it anywhere. That pisses me off. But anyways, that game looks like my cup of tea, 100%. Not for everybody, unfortunately. I think people need to try different games and different consoles as well, and different platforms, because they will discover some amazing things. And as I've been getting into this community, I've been discovering more and more, and I've noticed games like first-person shooters that I would have just overlooked before. But this game, hell yeah, man! I'm stoked for that game. Just everything about it, the scale of it, and the world. I just want to go in and explore that world and get into one of those mechs and just get through the story. That's just gonna be freaking insane, man. I'm hyped.
Oh yeah, I'm hyped too, man. Yeah, y'all's right. Yeah, the game it should come out in the summertime around June, July, because a game of that magnitude, 300 plus hours, it would be kind of stupid releasing that alongside with Zelda, because you know if it released like a month, before Zelda, a lot of people still going to play Xenoblade, and it might
hurt
the sales of
Zelda.
Zelda. Yes, it will hurt Zelda, because right now Xenoblade is kind of hyped, and a lot of people want this game right now because Nintendo keep teasing this game. It's like every time you have a direct, they tease it, and they still don't give us a release date. They put 2015 like a million times, but we don't know no release date. They tease the game more than Zelda. We finally got our first Legend of Zelda U footage, but it's like we saw it on the TV. Like, what the hell? Like, they didn't give us a full
still
screen.
very early.
They didn't give us a full screen of the game. We basically looking on our TV through another TV on how the game looks. But yes, it would be a smart thing for that game to come out during the summer. If it, I said the latest. I said around maybe September. But, I don't think it should come out in October, because we already know that The Legend of Zelda is going to come out in November. That's going to be our heavy hitter for 2015. It's going to be, the Black Friday.
Yeah, that'll come out at Black Friday. Yeah.
Yes, that's a smart move to do that, man. With Xenoblade Chronicles X, they should at least push that game back, at least 2 to 3 months before Zelda. That's just my opinion. It would be a smart thing to do. But before we head on to the next subject, anybody else want to add on to this?
Nope,
I guess not.
If they
Okay.
sorry.
Go ahead.
If they have DLC, if they ever have DLC for Xenoblade, make it so that Shulk can be playable, or at least let Shulk come back if they ever have DLC for that game. I doubt they'll need DLC, but if they do, let it be Shulk, because that would be nice.
It might happen, because a lot of people has been requesting that. It might happen, man. And yeah, man, there's just so much into that game. I just want that game right now, man. That's why I've been frustrated. That's why I made that video last week. I'm tired of waiting. Tired of getting teased about some of these games, and they still not getting on some release dates. I need more stuff. That's just my opinion, man. But anyway, I want to move on to the next subject, man. This is my very first game I ever played when I was a itty bitty kid. Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis. And we already know about the whole Sega situation. The Dreamcast, they discontinued it, and basically that was back in 2001. And now today, in 2015, I'm not sure what's today's day. I think today's the 29th or whatever. But the Sega came out and they laid off 300 employees, and they said they are going to move away from the consoles. They're going to the PC and mobile gaming. And that kind of, it's kind of discouraging because, I grew up as a Sega fan. I love Sega, man. And the Sega Genesis was my very first console, man. I love Streets of Rage. I love that game. Golden Axe, Comic Zone. I played those games, and I just hate to hear bad news. Not just with Sega, just gaming in general. But that's terrible news. They laid off 300 people, and no, I'm not a PC gamer, so they're gonna strictly focus on the PC gaming and mobile devices, and it's just some of their games that I wish they would bring back. Sonic Adventures. I love that game. It seems like we're not gonna get it anymore, but it's frustrating. It's discouraging, and Mr. Alex, how do you feel about the situation with Sega and about them laying off 300 employees, and plus they getting out the console market?
Obviously, it's terrible. Sega's been a huge part of everyone's life growing up if they've been gaming. Like, Sega's always been there alongside Nintendo, and to see them in the state that they are, it's horrible. Especially with this, they're cutting more jobs, and now they're pretty much just saying, fuck it, we can't deal with Xbox, Sony, or Nintendo anymore. We're just gonna do mobile gaming. Like, are you fucking kidding me? They're not gonna survive in mobile gaming. The competition's way more intense on mobile gaming because you have to sell your games for like $1. Like, what are they thinking?
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, at this point, Nintendo should just be buying them. To be perfectly honest.
That would be nice.
And what a crazy world would that be? Like Nintendo owning Sega. That'd be a weird world.
Oh man.
I would love it. It's sad to see.
Streets of Rage on the Wii U.
Oh man. Streets of Rage. Oh my God, they need to bring it back.
Fantasy Star. Oh my goodness.
They need to. Man, I used to enjoy that game when I was a kid. I played that 24/7. They need to bring it back. But yeah.
Well, Streets of Rage on your iPhone.
You probably can. All right. What about you, Mr. Derek? Are you discouraged about the Sega news?
What was the news? I'm sorry, I had to leave for a little bit. I just came back right now.
No, it's okay. News broke today that they laid off 300 employees, and basically they forced to I won't say they laid them off. Well, they did, but they retired them, so they getting their money, they getting paid. But they moving away from the console market. They focusing strictly on PC and mobile devices, but. What they saying is they no longer going to do console gaming, which is very sad news. Since I grew up, in the Sega Genesis era. So how do you feel about the current state with the Sega, man?
I think Nintendo needs to buy them ASAP. Then Nintendo can't let them go at all. Nintendo got Sega. They could do so much with them, especially Sonic. They could do a lot with Sonic. They could bring him back to a positive icon. Not when you hear Sonic now, people just bring up Sonic 06 and Sonic Boom and now and all that stuff. If they can buy Sega and use Sonic and make Sonic like new Sonic Adventures and stuff, I think they could bring back him. And, Sega they fucked themselves up. They ruined themselves. I think when they I forgot what system, Sega system, like in the 90s, it didn't sell well, so they made the Dreamcast. And then they discontinued Dreamcast after 3 years, and then they went bankrupt and had only made games and no more consoles.
This is what happened. This is what happened. Let me get you caught up. This is what happened. They done really well with the Sega Genesis, and everybody thought that the Sega 32X was the next generation. So they bought that, and it was basically like a poor man's next generation. Then whenever Nintendo 64, PlayStation came out, that's when they came out with the Sega Saturn. And a lot of people didn't buy the Sega Saturn because a lot of people already bought the 32X, and it was like, man, I'm done with that. And plus, the price of the Sega Saturn was so damn high, $500, that nobody didn't want to take part of that. And the PlayStation, the regular PlayStation was a lot cheaper. I believe like around $250 or something like that. And the N64 was, I think it was around either $250 or $300, but it was kind of close in the price. But the Sega Saturn was a lot higher. And that's when a lot of people it was like, I can't trust Sega no more, because first they had the Sega Genesis, they had the Sega CD, then they had the Sega 32X. That's all in one generation. That's why Sega, that's why they went bankrupt, because of that. Because everybody lost faith in Sega. So that's kind of of some of the story, and it sucked because I love Sega, man. I love that company, but it's sad that they're going through that. And yes, that's the main reason why that's the main reason why they are in the situations that they are right now. Even though the Dreamcast was a great system, everybody just lost faith in them. That's why they probably no longer about to be among us pretty soon. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I think like you said, if they're gonna go to computers and phones now instead of consoles, like I think us hardcore gamers, we're not gonna see them as a gaming company anymore. We're gonna see them as they just which I can't think of the word no, they just gave up. Like they're not a real gaming company anymore. You don't want to be towards the hardcore gamers. You're not a gaming company. You want to be towards the casuals only. They have a lot of games. I know they have a lot of IPs and a lot of games that we would love to have. But they're just Sega. They're Sega. They just do themselves.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. What about you, Mr. KJ? Are you discouraged about the news that just recently broke upon us?
Yeah, like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Mm-hmm.
Like they need, like I'm saying that by Sega. I don't want to see them go down. Like the thing is too, Nintendo. How do I put this? Sega is one of the few people actually trying harder to give us more unique content like Nintendo.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't mind. Like, put it this way: I wouldn't mind if Sega started making consoles again. If they make consoles, I would buy it because all the games they have, they put all the games that they have and that they used to make on there. It would be the shit. But yeah, I really just think Nintendo needs to buy Sega.
Yeah, because teaming up with Sega, that would essentially fix their third-party problem because they have a whole new slew of IPs that they can choose from.
Yeah. Virtual Tennis. That was a badass game. I'm not a tennis guy, but that game was pretty fun.
It's a good tennis game. Yeah, they can
House
maybe
of-
partner
House
and
of-
make it Mario Tennis, virtual tennis style, something like that.
House of the Dead. That was badass.
I like that Michael Jackson game that was on the Sega Genesis.
Oh yeah. Moonwalk. Was it Moonwalkers? Is that what that was? Moonwalker?
Yeah, it was Moonwalker. That was a hella good game.
I remember that. Are you finished with your topic, Mr. KJ?
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Mr. Nick? Are you discouraged about the recent news about Sega?
Well, first of all, fun fact about Sega: they actually make games you control with your P. Look it up. But anyway, when they go to if they're gonna go to just make PC games, it's fine. But what are they gonna bring to PC really? I mean, they haven't really been doing anything lately for a lot of games, console or otherwise, other than Sonic. But like Nintendo, there's a bunch of franchises they're sitting on that they won't do anything with. Well, Nintendo, Capcom have a bunch of series they're not doing it with, and no matter what platform they go to, they're not bringing these games to that platform anyway. So it's like, why even bother saying you're going to go to one thing specifically if you're not even going to bring any of the stuff you have to whatever platform you decide to make games for?
Well, with PC they might, because then they don't have to make physical copies of the game, so it's the production cost is a lot cheaper for them.
People's gonna pirate them anyway on PC.
Yeah, that's very true.
I mean, if they started bringing out some of their classic games, like redoing them, making sequels, whatever you want to call it, and bring it to PC, I'd be all for that. But I don't see them doing that. So I'm just wondering what the hell are they gonna put on there.
I honestly think they're just gonna throw a bunch of Sonic games and hope for the best.
Yeah, I know. Sonic needs a rest.
Sonic needs more of a rest than Mario. That's for damn sure. These Mario games are good.
Yeah.
No offense to the guy that has a Sonic picture.
What the hell they're trying to do with the Sonic Boom, I have no idea.
Yeah, that was a train wreck.
Beat 'em up, platformer. What the hell are they too much? What the hell are they doing with this?
Shoot, what about Crazy Taxi? That game was fucking fun. Y'all remember Crazy Taxi? Oh my goodness.
Crazy Taxi, I love that game on Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah, that game was fun.
Yep, you got that, and you got how Fantasy Star Online, Choo Choo Rocket, Daytona USA. Remember those games? Remember NFL? Remember NFL 2K, NBA 2K? They came from Sega.
Madden 92 with the fucking hospital, the medics.
Typing Up the Dead, that came from Sega. So they got a lot of IPs that they can use again. They got some good games, man.
Nope.
If Nintendo could somehow get Sega, man, they'd be stroking gold, man. I love their franchises, man, but I don't know. They just made a lot of poor business decisions, and that's why they are where they are right now, because a lot of stuff that they've been doing is very questionable. But let's go ahead and go with you, Ms. Z. How do you feel about the Sega situation?
I'll be honest, I don't really have any feelings about it. I mean, if I could say anything, I would love for Nintendo to save this company, just like they saved Capcom. But, there would be controversy with that, because if Sega and Capcom are only on Nintendo, people are going to complain that it's only on Nintendo. And that's a whole other thing that people don't.
Was he?
Oh no, you guys were talking about basketball games, and my friend brought up NBA Jam, which is Activision. No, it's EA.
No, NBA 2K. That's Sega. That came from Sega.
NBA 2K is Sega. Yeah.
That's a Sega IP. Y'all remember NBA 2K? Remember Allen Iverson was on the cover? Y'all remember that?
Yeah, he was on the cover for the first 4 games, 5 games, something like that.
The first
basketball game has to be the Michael Jordan haunted house one.
What? What's that?
Wasn't it?
I don't know.
On the Super Nintendo, you never played that?
Michael Jordan haunted house.
I've never heard of that.
You're playing Michael Jordan, and you're going to this haunted basketball area. You get power-ups on your basketball.
That sounds.
That sounds ridiculous.
I don't know. I can't remember what it was called. But I know it was a game surrounding Michael Jordan on the Super Nintendo, and I just remember going through this one level which looked like a haunted house. And sometimes you get your basketball to power up, and it's just green, and you just dunk on people. I'm like, oh, awesome.
Fuck yeah.
I got to check that out, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the thing. More creative then.
Are you still on your topic, Mr. Z?
No, I'm good. You can pass off.
Alright, what about you, Wolflow?
I love this, man. Basketball and video games. Yeah, I'd love to see them bring more Shining Force, things like all the games we mentioned. Gain Ground, I love that game. It was something totally different, strategic, General Chaos. But they have a lot of properties that they own, so it's going to be big bucks, and I think it's going to be hard for these companies to just, Nintendo has money, but they're not
going to go out and buy the whole company. That's a huge undertaking.
It's nostalgia, too. They're going to buy that shit nowadays.
Groupon, she just made a statement. She said, "Save Vector Man." I remember Vector Man on Sega.
Yeah, Vector Man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Chaos.
That was badass.
Never played that.
It's
Oh, that game was badass.
Are the average gamers gonna buy all this shit? We remember that.
Of course not.
Even start a couple of years ago. A lot of these people. So it's grown so much. Not that long since gaming's just been skyrocketing. Look at the sales nowadays compared to in the past.
Yeah, gaming's mainstream now.
Yeah.
I'll wait till they come home and see if they can drop you off, because it's cold shit outside.
That's the problem. You're going to get a lot of watered down. You've seen a lot.
You don't want to wait for what?
And I'm gonna make a video about that because I'm getting tired of that shit, and that's why I'm
Can
starting
you go home earlier than later?
Well, no, I just don't want to keep you up for
to video, guys.
Okay.
Are you still going, Mr. Woodflow? We got a few people talking at the same time.
Yeah, so indies, I'm looking forward to a lot of these indies because I'm sick of the same games with new skins. There's gonna be a lot of that this generation.
Yeah, because it's a lot cheaper to make indie games.
Yeah,
You can
it
take
is a
more
lot
risks.
cheaper. I'm not much into indies myself, but I'm starting to
There's a
dabble a little bit
lot of
into 'em.
interesting stuff there if you give it a chance.
Yeah, I bought Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Now,
Yeah,
that's
Shantae is
enjoyable.
awesome. Shantae shits on a lot of games that came out this year.
Yeah. That's pretty fun. I enjoy that game. You know, if you grew up during the 8-bit, 16-bit era, then you can play games like that. Play games like
Yeah, like
Shovel Knight. But
Shovel Knight, exactly. Game
yeah,
was
yeah.
awesome.
But if you're like a kid right now, a teenager, or maybe 15 to 18, you'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, we was old enough to play those games back in the 90s or 80s, or whatever old you are. But yeah, I could play games like that, man. You know, those are pretty fun. Just like what Coupon said a while ago, Vector Man. That game was awesome. Like, what the hell happened to that game? Like, it did not sell well enough. Like, that game
Probably
was fucking
tanked.
awesome. I
Yeah,
hope
that
it
game was a great game, man. Vector Man was challenging too. Challenging as fuck.
Bro, it was fun, dude.
People don't realize that like pixel art is not just as easy as people think either. It's really got an art style to it. If you really just look at it, when you just look at a screenshot, you're like, oh, that's an indie game. It's like a cell phone game. But then when you look at it a little bit more in detail, you notice that's a true work of art, what they've accomplished there. A lot nicer than it looks at first glance.
Okay. I guess before we get out this sad news of Sega, man, I'm really gonna miss that company, man. They gonna still be out, but they're not gonna be on consoles anymore. But I grew up, I owned all the Sega games, you know. Well, not all the Sega games, all the Sega consoles. You know, I had a Sega Master, you know, I had a Sega Genesis, Sega CD, the 32X, Sega Saturn. You know, I had the Dreamcast. I had all of them. You know, I had more Sega systems than I had Nintendo systems, and it's just sad to see them get out the console market. It's sad, man. Let's get out that depressing news. Let's move on to something else, y'all. Let's move on to something else, man. Before we get out this subject, is there anybody else want to have anything to dabble on before we move on?
I think we're okay.
All right, let's get on to some interesting news. Okay, Nintendo, they came out and they said that they're gonna have a Nintendo's Creator Program for YouTube, and it's been a lot of mixed, I guess, reaction about it. And basically, if you want to get on that program, you could register, a Nintendo game, and you can get, I believe, 60% of the revenue, the ad revenue. But in order to get 70%, you have to actually create your own channel. You have to actually be with them,
Yeah, you can
and
register your channel
basically,
with them.
yeah, you have to register your channel with Nintendo, and basically, if you register your channel with Nintendo, all the content that you play on your channel, it has to be Nintendo, strictly Nintendo games, and that's why I draw the line, because I put gameplay of whatever, because I like kinds of games, not just from Nintendo.
Yeah, well, you're not forced into making your channel Nintendo. That's only if you want to. You can do individual videos.
I thought we were done with depressing news, bro.
Yeah, well, keep in mind, this is a beta program, so they're gonna take all this input. It's not like it's coming out exactly like this.
Bro, keep in mind.
I hope.
Bullshit. Straight up bullshit.
Oh yeah, no, the
hope
program
not.
has a lot of flaws. I'm just saying, like, it's still in beta format, so they have time to change it.
Yeah, I hope they do change it, because just the stuff that I'm hearing now, it's just, I'm just not so sure if I want to ever do that, because I put, everything on my channel, and I ain't got time for them to tell me what I should put on there, what I should not put on there, and just this whole revenue sharing, I don't know, man. It's been a big deal about it across the YouTube community, and a lot of people are complaining about it. But Alex, tell me how you feel about it, man.
Well, there's two ways of looking at it. If you make Nintendo content, it's good because now you can make money, because before you would make 0%, right? But the amount of money you're making is actually lower than how they're making it seem, because they're not mentioning the fact that YouTube takes 40% of the revenue first, so that remaining 60% is what they're cutting up. So then from that 60%, you're making 60%. You understand? So like you're not getting the actual full total. So at the end of the day, you're making about 40% in reality. So it's not as much money as how they're making it out to seem, and that's kind of weird how they're phrasing it. So that part is kind of bizarre. I think they'll have to change those percentages later. But the main issue is the actual list of games that they have. Because like you can't use Smash Brothers, you can't use Bayonetta 2, even though they're exclusive titles for the Wii U, because they're technically third party and they don't let you use those. And even going back to like the N64 and GameCube and SNES, there's only limited games from each console. It's kind of bizarre. They definitely need to bust up the library of games that you're allowed to use. And I think that was the only other issue I had with it. It's just, yeah, the way the monetizing thing is a bit off. They need to fix that, and they need to improve the list of games.
Yes, they do. They do need to improve the list of games. Yeah, with Super Smash Brothers, I keep forgetting that Nintendo didn't make that. I believe Bandai Namco. Is it Bandai Namco?
Yeah, Namco made it.
Or Namco, but I don't know how many times they go damn freaking switch it around. But I keep forgetting that they made that game. But yeah, it don't make sense that you can't even use Super Smash Brothers on it. It don't even make sense, to be honest. But everybody got their own thoughts and opinions about it. What do you feel about Mr. Derek?
I don't know. That's just it's kind of good and bad. Say like, you guys know the YouTuber Jay Witt. He's totally and that'll be good for people like him, because all he does is only positive. I don't think I've ever seen a negative from him in 3 years. Only positive. So that'll be good for people like him, for people like you, Real Gamer, and people for like other YouTubers, who want to give their real opinion about Nintendo. Bad, because they don't want that,
I could barely hear you, man.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Do you want me to repeat it then, or what I said, or just what?
It's like your volume keep going down.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I can hear you better right now.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, if you have only a channel that's dedicated to positive news of Nintendo and their first party, like only Nintendo stuff, no negatives at all, only positive, then it's good. But for people like you and other YouTubers who want to give their real opinion about Nintendo topics, then it's bad for you, because you can't even do it, because they're gonna flag you, take your video down if you try to do anything negative.
That is true.
Yeah, and that's all I gotta say. I think it's kind of BS. Like it's good, but it's mostly bad, I would say.
Yeah, that's why I got mixed feelings about that, because I'm not saying even though I'm not saying I make videos that trash Nintendo. No, I'm not trying to trash them, but
Black Phone next gen will be like that.
Like yeah. I just basically just give my thoughts and opinions about how frustrated I am with their business practice. But yeah, with people like that, Black Bonnie, them like that, I really didn't even mention his name because I don't even want to talk about that guy no more. But
Black Bonnie is gonna buy a Wii U. I think he's gonna buy a Wii U this year for Xenoblade and Zelda. I think he cannot resist.
Probably, I don't know what that's his business. He is known to trash on Nintendo. He does it all the time. The videos that he make about Nintendo is always negative, whatever. But I ain't trying to talk about Black Bomb. But with Nintendo, like, yeah, if they're gonna flag you for making opinionated videos on about if they not doing this right, whatever. If that's another thing. I don't like that. That's why I say you gotta respect other people's opinions and everything. And, that's why I said, we have to voice our opinions to Nintendo so they can actually, do something about how frustrated we are with their business practices. But yeah, if they're gonna, make that little creators program everything has to be positive, then I might have to take a pass on that, because it's a lot of things about Nintendo. It's just not positive at all, and they'll probably kick me out, to be honest. I love their games, but I just don't like their business practices. That's just basically where I'm coming from, man. But what about you, KJ? How do you feel about the creative program for Nintendo?
Okay, before I give my thoughts, can you upload Nintendo videos if you're while you're not in the program, or do you have to be part of the program in order to load any Nintendo videos?
No, you can put up one video attached to the program. Like you don't have to be a partner with them.
No, but
No, you can. It's just you get 60% of the revenue.
Instead of 70, yeah.
Yeah.
oh, okay, so it's just an option.
Yeah, you can upload just the one video and monetize that one through them, or you can monetize your entire channel through them.
Yeah. So
But you
I
get
could
less if you do individual video.
so I could upload like Super Smash Brothers.
No,
Not part-
that's not part of the list.
It has to be a Nintendo published.
They have a specific list of games you can
No,
use.
but
Smash is not
Can
one of
you
them.
can you upload
Actually,
Nintendo games and not be on the list?
No,
and
you
not
won't get money
part-
for them. Then you cannot monetize them then.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't, like, can you still upload Nintendo videos even if they're not monetized?
Yeah, of
without-
course. You'll just get the copyright claim. It's just them telling you that they're gonna take all the money from it. Like you wouldn't be able to. You can still put videos up. It's just you won't get paid for it.
Oh, okay, that's all. But thanks for that. My biggest thing about it is give us just a little bit more. Like, I feel like even 60%, it's a little bit too little in my taste. Like, because I'm a Nintendo fan. I don't have the equipment to have a Let's Play channel yet, but when I get one, it'll mostly be of Nintendo games. So
You're paying other people to advertise your video for you.
So, can you hear me?
You get 60%.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You're paying other people to advertise that game for you. Or other people are, yeah, you know what I mean.
Are you finished, Mr. KJ?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know.
That's okay, man. We all here to learn stuff, man. I'm still learning about that program myself, man. I just overall, I just think it's a beta right now. I just hope they make a lot of improvements to it so we can actually be a little bit more interested in the program. Just right now, I just rather stick to what I'm doing right now. I'm pretty sure the rest of y'all that actually has a gaming channel, I'm pretty sure y'all rather just do what y'all doing right now because with the Nintendo Creators program, it's just not very interested. I'm just not interested in it at all. But let's go with you, Mr. Nick. How do you feel about it?
Well, I'm kind of wondering, does this only affect like people doing Let's Plays, or is this affecting like reviews too?
I'm sorry, what you say?
It's like, does it only affect Let's Plays, or does it affect reviews too?
Anything that's using their video game content.
I personally, I don't think they have any business trying to get anything off of like people doing reviews of their games. Most of the time, when I'm putting up, like when I put up Nintendo-related videos, like I'll see the copyright strike. Not copyright strike, copyright claim. They don't actually strike it; they claim it. But it's mostly for the music. They don't really do a lot about the visuals. It's like if I'll sit there and put up because when I did my Smash Brothers review, I had footage, but I just used royalty-free music for the background, and nothing like I didn't really get anything on that. I was able to monetize the video with absolutely no problems. But I think it's more towards the music side because a while back I also put up me playing Smash Brothers, and I got a copyright claim on that. It was for music, but not the visuals themselves. It tells you what time.
Yeah, what specific thing they're claiming.
Yeah, I've never actually seen like actual videos, just the music. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. I guess I don't know how to feel about this. Personally, it's not really something that interests me because I have no plans on trying to join up with this because I don't even make any money off my YouTube videos. It is. I'm going to make probably about the same amount as part of Nintendo, which is probably about like 2 cents. So I'm not really worried about it. And if they want to sit there I don't know. I just really don't care about this program, but I also think that I don't fully trust Nintendo with it either. I think people are gonna join this and get screwed over somehow, and then we're gonna hear about it. And it's just not gonna end well.
Yeah, I understand about that. Are you finished with?
Something's gonna go wrong, and just gotta wait and see what that is.
Oh, okay. What about you, Miss Z? Seem like I see two of you.
Sorry, my internet kept dropping it, so now I'm on my phone. I don't understand what's going on.
You know what we're talking about? We
No,
basically talking about the. No, it's okay. We're talking about the Nintendo Creators Program with the whole YouTube, revenue sharing, all that, the ad sharing, all that. And if you register your, if you basically register, and you fully join their program, you basically have to play nothing but Nintendo-related games. But if you don't join their program, and and you just upload whatever game, then basically you basically get 60% of the ad share. But if you do decide to join, you get 70%. So it's just stuff like that. It's just a lot of stuff that's it's a lot of question marks, and basically it's a beta test, and we don't know exactly when it's going to happen. But we just want to get your thoughts and opinions on how you feel about that little beta deal. That's they didn't say when they're going to do it, but it's just a lot of question marks, a lot of concerns about it. I just want to know exactly how do you feel about it, and if yeah, we know that you love Nintendo, but I'm pretty sure you play other games. You probably have other systems, and if you want to put other other gameplay footage on there, then you probably can't. You won't be able to do it, especially if you join their program.
Yeah, like I don't think registering your channel would be the best thing, but I feel like it's a step in the. It's not as good as it can be. They have every right to do their stuff, but I don't think it's all that necessary anymore. As far as payment goes, like, I've never found an issue with it because I'm not on YouTube to make money, so I don't plan on using this program at all. Like, as long as as long as I'm not flagging my content and like damaging my channel, I can care less if they're making money from the videos. It's just like, but other people whose jobs is YouTube, and I'm not going to be one of those people who think, oh, get a real job. Like, because for some people, YouTube is their real job. It's like you can't get mad at them because their real job seems light work, and it isn't customer service, and it isn't grueling, and they actually love it because maybe you hate your job. But for some people, YouTube is a real job. So if they need to get paid off of a Nintendo video, then I think Nintendo should allow them to do it without jumping through all these hoops. And also, it should. My big thing about it. Get on this one. Now I'm not gonna buy a Nintendo game because of this, and I think they're full of it when they say stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this is the reason why you're not buying a Nintendo game. It's just so many people will use any and every excuse to not buy a Nintendo, and it's just like, no, you just want to be with the crowd, and you not know what you're talking about. I was like, yeah, Nintendo is this program's stupid, but don't sit there and say that they're the only ones being greedy when if you won't put up a Nintendo video, it's because you're simply not getting paid.
Yeah, I got you on that. Is that all you got on that, Miss Z?
Yep.
All right, before we move on to our last subject for tonight, yeah, Mr. Wolflow, he just told us that his phone ran out of juice. That's why he's not among us anymore. And I appreciate you, Wolflow, for joining us. It sucks that your phone ran out of battery, but I guess before we move on to our last subject, like I say, is there anybody else want to dabble a little bit on this subject?
Nope, I'm hurt. All right, that.
No, I'm good.
All right. I guess I want to end this podcast on a positive note. Even though there's some games that's coming out in next couple of months that I don't too much care about, but games like Devil's Third, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Star Fox, The Legend of Zelda, Mario Maker, Splatoon, those games right there appeals to me. Those games it's so damn awesome, man. It's just so damn awesome, and I think that this year is probably going to be the Wii U's best year as far as software and hardware sales and goes. And I just think it's going to end on a good note, and we're going to get a lot of unannounced games. And hopefully we'll start getting a lot more get hyped again with the Wii U, and we already know it's been in the funk. But with the games that's coming now, I am very excited. Even though I gotta wait, probably till almost summertime just to get Splatoon. But I guess whenever May comes, I guess from May to the end of the year, basically the rest of those games are gonna appeal to me, and I'm just very excited about those games. And I just think that my top 5 games that I'm most excited about with the Nintendo Wii U. I like, Legend of Zelda is my number 1. Xenoblade Chronicles X is number 2. Splatoon is number 3. Devil's Third is number 4, and Mario Maker is number 5. Those games are third my top 5 games, and I just so ready to play those games. And I want to get y'all top 5 games, Wii U games that's coming out. Let's go and start with you, Mr. Alex.
Zelda, obviously. Splatoon, Devil's Third, Star Fox, and what is that? 4 or 5?
4.
4. What else is coming that I'm excited about? I guess Xenoblade would be number 5. We'll see what else is coming. But mainly I have a top 4. Xenoblade's kind of there, just fill the gap, I guess. But yeah, those are I'll just take the top 4 to be honest. Those are the ones I'm actually excited about.
And another thing I didn't even mention, Shin Megami Tensei, they said it's supposed to be coming out this year. If y'all looked at that list of games that's coming out.
Yeah, they said they're still working on it. We'll see. I'm not gonna get excited for something they've shown nothing about.
Yeah, that's if they're not gonna show them, they shouldn't even put it on that damn list, man. So, I just named my top 5. You just name your top 5 games, and just let me know exactly, with your number 1 top 5, your number 1 game.
What I'm most excited for would be Star Fox. I just love Star Fox, and I'm excited to see them. Look at this. To me, is going to be the game that justifies the gamepad.
You think so?
I think so. I think this is the game they're actually putting effort into the gamepad because they're making it essentially mandatory to use the gamepad to get the full experience, and that's what I want them to do with the Wii U. Because otherwise, the gamepad's kind of pointless.
Yeah, it's kind of pointless. And would it be awesome if they have online multiplayer?
Oh, absolutely. I'm kind of iffy if they will, considering the short development time of this game. But if they have online multiplayer, that would be sweet. That would be awesome.
How do you want to stop?
What?
This.
Go ahead. You go ahead. Oh, you go ahead, Alex. Are you still going?
Oh, no, that's it for Star Fox. That would be the reason why I'm most excited for it.
Okay. All right, let's go with you, Mr. Derek. Give us your top 5 games and your number 1 game, your most anticipated game of this year. Tell us why it is your most anticipated game.
I'm going with number 5. Number 4 would be number 3 would be Yoshi's Woolly World. Number 2 would be Xenoblade, and number 1 Star Fox. Because I like Alex said, I love Star Fox. Especially Star Fox 64, and also, Miyamoto, aka the god of gaming, he is making this game, and it's just gonna be incredible because he's behind this game. So I'm just really excited for it.
Yeah, if he's behind this game, then I'm sure most definitely gonna buy it because there's a lot of games that he brings out. It's just nothing but gold, man.
Yeah, just knowing that he's making this game, I think gamers should know this is gonna be a good game because he is behind this.
Oh yeah. All right, let's go and go with you, Mr. KJ. Tell us your top 5 and your number 1 most anticipated game. Tell us why it's your most anticipated game.
Okay. Number 10 would have to be Mario. Number 5. Number 5 would have to be Mario Party 10, simply because I love Mario Party. Number 4 would have to be Xenoblade.
Okay.
Number 3 would have to be Yoshi's Woolly World. Number 2 would be Zelda, and number 1 Star Fox.
Star Fox. Okay.
They
both Star Fox.
I love Star Fox, and like Alex said, that game better have online. I mean, I'm
They
not
better,
gonna. I
man.
mean, I'll get it even if it doesn't, but my God, Nintendo. That's like the perfect game to have online multiplayer for. That's perfect for that. Please, get that online.
All right, is that all you got on there, Mr. KJ?
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Mr. Nick? What's your top 5 games and your number one most anticipated game? What's the why is it your most anticipated game?
Well, number 5 would be Mario Maker. 4, Devil's Third. Number 3 would be. Shit, I don't know what it was. I only have 4. trying to think here. Let's see, Mario Maker, Devil's Third, Zelda, and Xenoblade. I think that's it. I thought there was a 5th one, but I can't remember it now.
All right. So why is Xenoblade your most anticipated game?
It's just, I like the first one. It like really kept me busy. I'm looking forward to the content on this one. It looks great, big, expansive world. I know Zelda's gonna have a big world too, but I think Xenoblade is gonna have a bigger one because it's more of they've done this before with this game, but with Zelda, it's kind of new to them to make a world as big as they plan on making it. So I just think Xenoblade's gonna do a little better as far as content goes.
Mm-hmm.
But it really is kind of tied between the two. Definitely Xenoblade a little more than Zelda. Not that I'm like either one's like a day one purchase for me anyway. So.
Oh yeah, that one purchase for me too. Is that all you got on there, Mr. Nick?
Yeah. Pretty much it.
All right, let's go to our last person tonight. Let's go with you, Mrs. Z. What's your top 5 most anticipated Wii U games this year, and your number one game? What's the reason why it's your number one game?
Let's see, top 5. Okay, hang on.
Take
Okay, I got
your
him.
time.
Yeah. So, sorry, because I'm sitting there thinking of all the games I want this year, and it's mixed between the consoles. But let's see. Okay, number 5 would have to be Star Fox, because it's a game that I've been trying to get into recently. I know a lot of people enjoy it, and I've actually missed it when the 64 was around because I was too busy playing Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Snap and 007. But I want to see it. I'm all for utilizing the gamepad, and even the simplest things, like the way it's utilized in Mass Effect 3, I love it. So if they're going to really utilize the gamepad in Star Fox for the Wii U, I'm really excited for it. So let me see. My number 4 would be Mario Party 10 because I'm just a big fan of Mario Party and party games. Number 3 would be Xenoblade Chronicles. Number 2 is Zelda. And then number 1 is Splatoon. And number 1 is Splatoon because despite the fact that as big as a Zelda fan I am, I know Zelda's going to be great, but I feel like Splatoon is going to be epic. It's going to be a game changer. It's so different and has such a massive amount of content. And then it's focused on multiplayer. It's focused on playing with a bunch of your friends, and that's where I get the most fun. It's like as much as I love Zelda, I think I have more fun goofing off with my friends in game. And it looks Splatoon is really going to emphasize that.
Oh, okay. I appreciate you giving me your top 5. Yeah, of course. Zelda's my number 1 most anticipated of this year because I love Zelda, man. Honestly, I didn't really get into Zelda until a couple of years ago, to be honest. And whenever I first played Skyward, when I first played Skyward Sword, I was like, this is awesome, man. I was like, this game is badass. So that's when I went and bought Twilight Princess, and I was like, man, this Zelda right here is badass. So that's when I started getting into the Zelda series. And when Wind Waker HD came out, because I never played on the GameCube, I love that game. Zelda is awesome, and that's whenever I played Zelda for a long time. I got into the series. I played the Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. I went to the Wii Virtual Console, and I bought those games. I played those. I was like, man, what the fuck was I thinking about? I missed out on those games, a few years ago. I don't know why I did not play those games a long time ago. And after I played those games, I was like, man, this Zelda game the Zelda franchise is so fucking awesome, man. And You know, it's just everything about the game. You know, it makes you think too. You know, with the dungeons and everything, it just makes you think. You know, I love games that you know that's a little difficult. I love games like that. You know, it makes you think, and it makes the justification of the purchase of that game. Oh well, you know, that's just my opinion. You know, if I play a game, put like 50, 70, 100 hours into that game, it justifies that purchase of that game. So, The Legend of Zelda, I love that franchise, period, man. I don't think no franchise could ever touch Zelda. That's just my opinion, man. It's my opinion. But before we end this podcast, anybody else want to, touch up on this last touch before we end it?
Just one thing about Splatoon. I think game changer is the right word because I think that this game honestly has the potential to be their next Mario Kart. I think it has the potential to be like their next big game that everyone waits every generation for. Just from the hype built behind it, and it's a whole new concept for gaming. As far as shooting goes for Nintendo, I think this is gonna be. It might be their biggest IP that they're gonna bring out in this generation, like for new stuff, anyways.
I hope they bring out more IPs with these unannounced games or E3. We need some new IPs, man. You know, they can't bank on Mario and Zelda and Metroid all the time. They need to branch out, man, because with third party situation, it's like everybody's leaving them, man. So they need to do stuff on their own. And a lot of people said that can Nintendo survive just with their first party titles alone? I'm gonna say yes. The reason why, even if they don't sell many consoles, it's the power of the Nintendo characters.
Yeah.
It's the power of those characters that sells a lot of games, that sells a lot of softwares, sells millions and millions of it. That's how Nintendo makes their profit. So, yes, they can survive without third-party support. But would it help if they had third-party support? Yes, it will help. By me being a gamer, I love first-person shooters. I love sports games. I love horror games. I love games I love all of it. Would it help if they all was on the Nintendo system? Yes, it would help. I would love that. But like I said, anybody else have anything to touch up on before we end this podcast?
Nope, I'm good.
I'm guessing.
Nope.
All right. I sure appreciate all y'all for joining the Real Nintendo Gamers podcast, and it'll still some more stuff that I want to touch up on, but I'm at that 2-hour limit. I just don't want to keep going over 2 hours, but my next podcast, I'm not sure when it's going to be. It might be either Sunday or Wednesday. I'm going to let y'all know exactly when it's going to be. But it's more stuff that I want to touch up on. And I really appreciate everybody that joined me. And Alex, I really appreciate you for joining me, buddy. It's your first time, and hopefully you come many more times. And, hopefully we can network with one another, I don't mind being on your podcast, you and, Bear Hugger and Coupon, y'all have y'all own little deal. I don't mind being a little guest one time, because I'm a fan of y'all channels, man. That's we get with the whole situation with with our opinionated videos. You spoke out on the Burger, spoke out on, I spoke out on it. Dave spoke out on it on how frustrated that we are. It will be a lot. It'll help if we actually have more games that come to the system and everything. I really appreciate y'all for you and Burger. I really appreciate y'all too for having me and Dave's back for that, and I really appreciate that, man. And, let's go and do our little outros, man. Let's go and start with you, Mr. Alex.
All right. Thank you for having me on your podcast. This is Active Sin. I had a lot of fun. We'll definitely work out something so you can be a guest on our podcast as well, because I think this is good. Having different opinions, different ideas is always nice. And, thank you again for having me on here.
I sure appreciate you, buddy. Let's go and go with you, Mr. KJ.
Thank you for... I want to thank you... Thank you, Real Game, for letting me be a part of your I want to thank you for letting me be a part of your podcast, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right, I sure appreciate you, buddy, for joining me. I think it's like your third or fourth time. I sure appreciate you for supporting me, and that's gonna go to Nick. You've been very supportive with me just by all my podcasts. I really appreciate you, man. Gonna do your outro, man.
It's Nick from San Lunid. Thanks for having me. Like I said, man, I like your channel because I enjoy a good ranter, and you're damn good at it, man. Just saying.
I try, man. I appreciate it, man. That's going. Last but not least, gonna go with you, Miss Z.
All right. Thank you for having me on this podcast. I do look forward to the next one. See you later.
All right, and I sure appreciate everybody. And for everybody that's watching everything, I believe everybody has a channel except KJ. Y'all check them out. Check Active Sin Gamers channel out. Check St. Lou Native channel out. Check Lost Train of Thoughts channels out. They got some great content on their channels. Y'all should check it out. And Mr. KJ, you ought to get your channel as well too, so you can branch out, just like we're trying to do.
Yeah, I'm thinking about making one too, but I don't have the proper equipment yet, so it might take.
Okay, it's all good, man. Hey, man, it's just whenever, man. We all here, waiting on you, man. But anyway, guys, I sure appreciate everybody for joining my podcast, and everybody that viewed the podcast. I sure appreciate all of y'all, and we're gonna have many more to come. So I appreciate you, and y'all have a good day.